Hi, this is Deadman. If you're watching this video, I assume you're old enough to see gore, violence, swearing, and general adult content. If you aren't old enough, come back with some ID.
Or a fake one.
Ugh.
South, way south now. There was this soul. Special, I mean to say. This soul came to hell just like a tune comes into your head. Nobody knew why or where from. Oh, they knew. She had a score to settle. The demons not being the most creative types, they just called her the unknown. But hell is hell. And down there, they take away what you love most.
First off, Metal Hellsinger starts everything off right by having guitar strings lightly twang for the build-up, then unleashes it all as soon as the title menu fully pops up. The OST gets all the wins this go-round, since that's basically 75% of the game anyway. On the subject, it's awesome how the fire behind the unknown blasts in time to the beat of the song. Words cannot do justice as to how flipping cool this game is. I love how menacing the unknown is when you access the title menu. She's looking down one moment, then she just goes BLAM and rises up like she's combat ready. This game is so cool! A game that includes behind the scenes stuff, especially concept art, gets a win. Not only are the difficulty levels named after sacrifices and hell-related stuff, which, if you're gonna have a metal game, duh, but the sound made when shifting through them is a sliding fret of a guitar. Seriously, the sound design kicks so much ass!
Hell of a night for a story, ain't it? Well, set her down. Look at them stars. And I'll tell you what.
Okay, ordinarily, I'm not the hugest fan of Troy Baker, but wow, I was blown away by his narrating drawl being the major focal point of the game. There are some other voice lines dispersed through the game, but his is primarily the one you hear as he's Paz, the unknown's trusty companion, as well as the narrator.
South, way south now.
Ha! Because hell.
There was this soul. Special, I mean to say. This soul came to hell just like a tune comes into your head. Nobody knew why or where from. Oh, they knew. She had a score to settle.
Right away, it shows us the unknown is a badass lady. Also, huge props to the art department. They could have easily fallen into the trap of making her overly feminine, but honestly, without knowing, she's just another demon here to kick ass and take names.
Well, I still think she's sexy.
The demons not being the most creative types, they just called her the unknown.
Honestly, that might be more terrifying than having a name.
But hell is hell. And down there, they take away what you love most. Took her voice. For now, what you need to know is she won't go back.
So it's like a demonic, more brutal version of The Little Mermaid? In the same vein as Bayonetta, most of the cutscenes are little more than these art cards with only slight bits moving and animating, and it works. Clearly, most of the budget went into the tight gameplay and getting all-star vocalists to perform the songs.
Just because Judge stole her voice, don't mean she'd never sing again.
Okay, so it's finally time to talk about some gameplay.
We could have done that sooner if you'd shut up about everything for 2 seconds.
Hey man, when a game is this fun, creative, and lively, you gotta shout everything out. Anyway, this is, at its core, a rhythm game. Dodging, attacking, and special attacks need to be done on the beat in order to maximize your damage and score.
We didn't need words. We understood each other without it. Guess it sounds like love at first sight, don't it?
Who wouldn't love her? She's cute as a button.
You see, the whole universe has a rhythm. Well, it's kind of my pulse. And when I'm with her, we sort of become one. Her music is my music, and my voice is her voice.
That's a great narrative way of explaining what Paz does. There's no enemies around, you can use him to keep on the beat and keep your multiplier up. The music obviously kicks all the ass.
Yeah, but it seems like a missed opportunity to have a female demon be the lead character and not make all the tracks by ladies of metal as opposed to having men in the mix. Outside of one other nitpick, there's not a whole lot I have to complain about.
Agreed. There should be more ladies.
So that means since it's a nitpick, you won't take off a lot of points, right?
No.
As you complete levels, you can unlock torments, basically some extra challenge levels that unlocks perks for you, as well as give a bit of lore for this version of Hell. You get a preview of the song during the stage select. Sure, they're add-on DLC, but the costumes are cool, they have effects attached to them, and they're so full of personality. I do have to give huge props to the way the music is handled. If your score multiplier is anything but times 16, you don't get any lyrics, giving you the intrinsic urge to keep your attacks in time, so you can keep hearing the badass music.
It was going good. Call me a pessimist, because I had a bad feeling about what was coming.
It's no big deal, Paz. You've just played enough games to know what an empty arena means.
You. I know you, unknown. I have always known you.
Now that's how you enter a boss arena.
This was my other nitpick. While yes, the bosses are all aspects of the Red Judge, I wish there was a bit more variety to them. They do all have different models, but in the heat of battle you'd be mistaken for thinking it's the exact same boss you just put down.
I told you she'd sing again. Killing that bit of the Judge gave her some of her voice back.
At the very least, her blade is singing again.
Bottom line was they were dealing with something angry. Something that was coming for them. And something they did not know how to stop.
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
What is so funny?
Well, you know, 'cause hell hath no fury and we're in hell.
I should have never turned down that other job.
Hell 101. Lie. But don't lie to the Judge. You gotta be done for that. Then again, this joker here, well, let's just say somewhere a village was missing their idiot. Well, it went the way the Judge didn't want it to go. Stygia fell, the unknown got back more of her voice, and I got back a bit more of what I'd lost.
Sucks to suck, I guess. For the Judge, not us. We thriving!
Tell me, Hierophant, are Yhelm's armies ready? Yeah. Good.
Pity it's gonna take more than that to stop us.
Well, the smart money is probably not on us. But who don't love an underdog?
Accurate.
Only statues left standing in the cathedral. You're goddamn right. Truth is, I still can't set foot in the church. Not because I'm not allowed, just because, well, I'm a skull. So the Hells took another hit from us. Bloodied their noses, we did, but Judge wasn't ready to take us seriously yet. Which I guess is fair enough if you are the ruler of the Infernal and unaccustomed to taking the big L.
Paz telling it like it is will always be a win.
Now, the ritual of spears was supposed to bind a spirit in perpetuity. At least that's what they was hoping for.
No!
I love how the Red Judge consistently underestimates just how badass the Unknown is.
I I know what you're thinking. In fact, Hell was thinking it too. You can't lose that bad 4 times in a row and think winning is in your future.
Hell is smart. We're full-blown rampage. Ain't no stopping us now.
I was not looking forward to meeting any of Heaven's reps. Unknown didn't seem worried, though. Me? Yeah.
That's because, unlike you, she has a spine.
Did you make a clever joke about him having no spine because he's just a head?
Yes, I did. And you just ruined it.
My pleasure.
Have mercy. We were in for it here.
I mean, to be fair, that could be said about any of the Hells.
I guess no one expected her to make it so far. Everyone except for me.
Knowing your partner is badass. As part of the ever-increasing desperation of the Red Judge, angels start showing up trying to stop you.
Fools. None can stop the unknown.
They were really throwing everything but the kitchen sink now.
The
Split.
Hellsinger. Nihil will be destroyed for nothing then. No, not if I stand against you. We shall be lost to time and space together.
The neat thing about this particular aspect of the Red Judge is there's 2 of them.
Don't you hate tank fights?
Normally, yes, but this one was fun.
By the All, I invoke the curse of dispossession.
So, the judge took me. Had to happen, I guess. Honestly, I'm just surprised it took her so long.
The Red Judge is super salty that I got a bestie, so she had to take mine. Rude.
You know how before I told you I'd started remembering as we beat the judge's aspects? Well, see, I used to be someone else. Maybe you guessed. An angel. I wasn't the middle management rank and file type neither. No, sir. On the right hand of the All, singing hallelujah forever and a day. My gig? Be the instrument of the All.
That's a really awesome plot twist that leans into the whole Hellsinger aspect.
I hated every song I ever sang up in heaven. All but one. Hers. The one that could change it all. So I got myself cast down for the unknown. Boy, I tell you what, that took some doing too, but that's a whole other story. I waited an eternity for her. Kept my mouth shut. Became, well, this. I guess I figured if I had to be an instrument, I was gonna play what I loved.
That's actually very sweet of him. He was willing to be cast out of heaven for what he loved. This is the kind of romance I can get behind. It's just the right amount of sappy to work. Plus, it's not even romance in the traditional sense, but admiration almost seems like it's not quite right either.
She's in the right spot, only, well, without me.
A neat thing about this level is, yes, you do have to do it without pause, so it's a bit harder to keep your rhythm.
Start? I don't feel so good.
So the judge took in every damn soul in all the hells. One last hurrah to send us all into oblivion. She was not gonna die easy.
Now that's how you do a final boss fight.
Finally, Hellsinger. This is the end of one of us.
Giant Kaiju Demon is a win on its own, but friggin' Surge Tanky and singing the final boss lyrics is most definitely win-worthy.
Hellsinger, you have come for your voice. But I only have part of it. The rest is in the heavens.
My sequel senses are tingling.
One last thing.
that's metal as fuck, which is fitting.
I played the waiting game before in worse places than this. So now I'll just sip my drink and miss my friend while all of existence spirals down the drain. Anyhow, I don't know when or if we'll catch up again. Could be never, but you know, could be a lot sooner than never, too. We'll just have to see. Y'all stay safe now.
Paz and the Unknown meeting later as humans is a nice epilogue. Okay, so between this game and Doom, I think first-person shooters, killing demons, and kick-ass metal music just work super friggin' good together. Fun fact, but I rearranged my schedule to cover this game for the last part of the year. Plus, I wanted one more game to cover, and Kingdom Hearts 3 would be a tad too long on the tail end of Catherine, so instead we got this badass game. The story is pretty fun. It's not super revolutionary or anything, but it's definitely something that kept me hooked through the playtime. I love seeing the Unknown rip and tear through hordes of demons. The music is the big obvious standout of the game because, duh, it's built around being a first-person shooter rhythm game. Seeing a good chunk of Metal Legends bring to life these songs was such a cool idea. I still think we should have had more female singers, but what we got was pretty damn good, so I can't complain too much. The rhythmic timing just helps everything play so well. I can't fully voice as to why, but you gotta try it for yourself. It's just so satisfying hitting enemies on the beat, especially because all of the songs were, like, timed to the beats of the game, and it's just so good. The art direction and graphics were both top-notch. Having the cutscenes be these shifting paintings helped bring a nice presentation, and obviously let the developers focus more on the game itself, rather than making everything look perfect. I love when games focus more on the vision than pushing graphical fidelity. Fucking protocol. Still pissed about that. In closing, I do hope we get more awesome games like this. Not necessarily a sequel, but definitely more FPS rhythm games. It's just too fun to not play. Thank you for watching, and try not to die out there.
Some of us believed the all needed to be torn down. Its corruption was absolute.